This video is going to show you how to install a Jimmi Jammer punch plug and lock cap on your Ford F150 2015 and newer, Super Duty 2017 and newer, or Raptor 2017 and newer. If your handle looks like this on the outside of the truck, this is the kit you need, that style handle. Part number is 113700. Okay, inside the kit, have a notice talking about the punch plug, which we'll talk about later. That's just telling you you need to get rid of your lock cylinder on this truck. Have plates, these go behind the door handle. They're each going to be labeled driver or passenger. They're just a mirror image of each other. Then there's a little kit that has the lock cap and punch plug items in there, which includes a little silicone for sealing off that hole. Also comes with instructions, full page, and window warning labels. I've gotten everything ready on the door panel, so it's a quick tutorial from here. First thing we're going to do is take off this top cover here, and you start by prying along this edge. It's hard to get out. Get a screwdriver behind the edge and pop it out. It'll make a loud noise when it pops. It's a good idea to wrap your screwdriver bit in tape so it doesn't scratch. There's what the back side looks like. There's those. Once you get this off, lay it aside. There's a screw right there that you'll have to bring out. It's a 7mm. You can either take it now or wait. Next thing we're going to do is take off this cover. I've already unsnapped it. Same thing. There's a little screwdriver placed right under here to get it started. Once you get it started, just work it out and you'll pop it off. It's rather hard to get out. There's got all these snaps on it. One up at the front. Once you get it started though, it comes out pretty good. Set that one aside. The next one is right under here. It's a little cover. There's some tabs on the bottom that hold it in place and some snap clips at the top. So start at this edge and kind of pry out the edge, and once you get it started, you'll be able to get it out of there. Okay, set that aside. Next is removal of some screws. There will be 2 screws, which I've already removed. They're 7mm. They're right there. There'll also be 2 more on this handle. One there, also 7mm. Take those out now. Okay, next, once you've got that done, there's 2 more screws on the bottom panel down here. About right there and right there. 7mm also, you can take those out. Once those are out, you should feel the panel pretty loose. You'll have to then start over on this edge inside and start prying the panel away from the body metal. It'll also has the snap clips, so it'll make a loud pop when it comes loose. Don't worry, you probably won't break them. Just start working them out, work your way around the edge and get them all out there. Once it's loose, you'll be able to tell. And so get it loose, and then you're going to want a little box or stool. I use a milk crate. Just put it under there. It gives you something to set the panel on. Okay, I've already popped it loose. That's why it's so easy. Okay, now once you get to this point, you do have some more cables on the back side. And if you can move around here with the camera to this side, I have already taken those cables off, but I'll show you how to do it. There's 3 of them. This is your electric window connector. It's going to be up in here. Okay, there's a release tab right there that you have to press on. Press on that and then pull out holding the connector. Don't pull on the wires. This one is your electric lock connector. It also has a little tab on the bottom near the wires. You'll be able to see it if you look at it right there, and as you can see, it moves. It'll be up in this connector right here. Okay, that one. So you'll push that tab and pull straight down, and that one will release. Last is this one. This is your door handle pull. It will normally be sitting in here like this. To release this one, there's a tab below the connector right there, and it'll be on this side when the connector's in place. So basically all you have to do is move that up and down, and you'll feel it pop loose. Then you'll swing this out and lift up on it. It's a great way to do that. That is that. I'm going to set the door panel aside. And the next step will be to peel away this splash guard. Again, I've already done this. Just work your way around it. The tar goo should stay on it. You need to go down about that far. Now we're going to go into the door handle next. First thing we'll do, I've already removed, there's some tape over these. I do that to get more light in the door. I removed 3 places here. Okay, over here on the edge of the door, this is the door jamb. If you come around here, there's a little plug right there, which I've already worked loose. Pluck that out of there, set it aside. Your door handle is held in place with 1 screw from there. I've taken it out already. It's this one. It's an 8mm, I believe. And just work that one out. You can take it out now. Then on the back side of the handle, I will show you a sample handle that I have here. This handle will be sitting in the door that way from the outside. There are 2 nuts that you'll have to take off to get the handle loose. So here's the screw we just did. Take these 2 nuts off and you'll have that loose. What's not shown on this handle is the lock assembly. It's not on this one, but it is in your door. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is work our way around to the other side of the door, and we want to pop that handle loose so we can get we've got to unhook the lock pawl so we can get the plate on behind it. So just by wiggling it a little bit and push outward on the back of the handle, and then this way it comes out. I've already unhooked the lock rod, which I'll show you right there. It is. That's going to be stuck in there. What I do is I take a screwdriver and I force that into there and turn it sideways. That makes it bigger for the rod, and then as you're pulling pressure on that rod, it'll pop right out. Try not to break your tabs. Your rod will stay in here, and you want to take that out of the door, because after this operation is done, when you use your key fob, that rod's going to keep moving. It's very easy to do. We'll show you what the rod looks like here. This hooked end will be hooked to the lock pawl, and the bottom end just looks like this. So it'll probably be something like that. You'll just tip it over and pop it out at the latch on the bottom. Quite easy to do. Okay, now we're going to install the punch plug, and what we see here is an extra set of hands, because there are 2 tabs holding that lock in. If you found this video, there's a pretty good chance that yours are already broken. So what we'll do is we'll take a screwdriver on each end. This one has not been broken. We're doing this as a preemptive. And pry those open and twist the lock counterclockwise. There, you heard it snap, and it comes right out, more or less. Very good. Okay, now we're getting ready to install the punch plug portion of this, and this is what's going to allow you to get rid of that door lock, which you need to do on this vehicle. Okay, right here we have a few parts. This is the brace that holds the plug in place. This is actually the lock cap. That's going to go on last. This one is the punch plug. That's going to replace your lock cylinder. This little screw will go through this mushroom shaped brace to hold that in place as a set screw. Okay, we are now ready to put the punch plug in the handle, getting rid of the lock cylinder. What we have done so far is we took a little bit of the silicone supplied with the kit and put it around the lining of that hole opening, and that's really just a weather seal. The punch plug is the bigger of the 2 discs that come with your kit. Put the big one in cone side down, and then we're pre-threaded the set screw into that support plate, and now we'll stick that in place. And you start by orienting it as shown there. Those little ears, as you twist that in place, can see, I'll try and zoom in there a little bit. It's a little blurry. But anyway, the little ears on that will hold that in place. And now go ahead and snug that screw down. Doesn't have to be real tight. In fact, you don't want to go too tight because this is all plastic we're working with, but just make it snug and it'll hold it in place. The silicone will also help seal that and hold it in place. So now the punch plug piece is done. Okay, now we're ready to put the Jimmi Jammer plate in the door. We're going to show it outside how it fits on the handle here. You can see that elongated slot goes over the bottom stud in the handle. And then this part is the tricky part. That's going to come up inside the handle. We'll show you right over here. And you'll see it pop up on this side. There's a little metal tab in there. So we'll go ahead, stick the handle back in place. And the plate goes in that direction. Okay, now we've gotten the plate in place and you can see right there, the tab comes up on this side, so where you can see the metal plate coming through there. Then we're gonna loosely thread that bolt back in, and we're going to put one of the nuts on the stud, the lower stud, and we got it. Last thing to do is put the last nut on the handle, tighten everything down, check all your nuts and bolts. It's a great idea then to test the operation of the lock using your key fob before you put the door panel back on. Even close the door, lock it, make sure it's locked, unlock the door with the key fob, open it up again, make sure everything works there. This will finish up this portion. To put the lock cap in place, start by cleaning off the area with a little rubbing alcohol, then put some of the provided silicone both on the lock cap backside and the handle. Press the cap in place and let it sit overnight if possible. You can then peel off any excess silicone quite easily once it's dried. The only thing left to do now is put your window warning labels on the inside surface of your windows. Clean off a little spot and apply the label carefully as the adhesive is very sticky. This completes the entire installation process. Thanks for watching.